You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, a Chanute woman dies in a two-car crash on U.S. Highway 169 near Humboldt.
Also, local donors focus on bringing joy to families who can't afford toys this holiday season.
And we've got a slightly warmer day out there, clouds increasing, and then a cold front is going to change our minds. We'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is just after 7 a.m. on this Wednesday, December 3rd. Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week. And a great week it's been so far. I know it's been a little rough. Some folks had a long weekend from Thanksgiving, so settling back into that first week back can always be a bit tough, but we're getting through it together. We're going to make it.
Yeah.
We're halfway there.
And, for a lot of, school staff, it's really hard, especially for students, because it's, kind of their first week back after that break.
Absolutely.
And after that break, school is always really hard. And they're not the only ones going back to school.
No, they're not.
A state representative, Ann Kelly, trades the Capitol for the classroom yesterday, serving as principal at Carthage Junior High School.
It's part of a statewide push to show lawmakers what's really happening in public education. KOAM's Ty Parks has the story.
Missouri Association of Secondary School Principals put out this initiative to invite elected officials to tour public schools.
And it's just the idea of showing them what is happening in public schools. We think that public schools are very important to the future of all of our futures. And so doing things that positively promote what we're doing here in our school.
Representative Ann Kelly is touring the Carthage Junior High.
The importance of public education. We truly change lives here every day. And I think getting away from that and isolating students into different types of schools, maybe that don't give all the opportunities that we have at a public school, or really try and pigeonhole kids.
Principal Bridge and Representative Kelly visit STEM classes and show choirs and sports.
If we can get legislators in a public education facility and they can see that the environment is caring and supportive and education is actually happening, I think it opens people's eyes, and maybe they'll think twice before creating harmful legislation that kills our school districts.
This initiative is about people, not politics.
Inviting me in has just been truly a welcoming part of just showing me what their school is like and showing me their classrooms, and just very inviting and welcoming. And none of those I want.
In Carthage, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Visited the Greenville School District.
Very cool to get the representatives out into the school districts, into the communities, because it's important. I imagine on the political side, you're up at the state, or you're even in D.C. It's hard to always get back and check in one-on-one with what's going on.
And things change over time. Schools are different than maybe whenever we were last in it. We've talked about how different, we both went to Joplin schools, and we've talked about how different it was even just in the couple of years it was between us.
Well, it's probably more than a couple of years between you and
nice.
I. Yeah, well, I mean, I am old, I'm much older than that, but I appreciate it. But yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot has changed, and that's not the only place. Things change all the time. You know what else changes? Temperatures. Not just with the season. They change because Mother Nature says, why not? Let's just do it. So today, we're going to be a little warmer than we were yesterday. However, we have a cold front later today that is going to change again. Welcome to the 4 states. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. It's bound to do something different. Live shot downtown Pittsburgh. Clouds already beginning to increase in some locations. You can see that too from our camera at 7th and Rangeline. Got this little opening here, leading to some really nice colors on the horizon from that sunrise, but it won't last too long. KDOT camera 69 and 400. Again, this is looking along 171 back toward the state line. It's clear. That's the other big thing, is these roads are clear of wintry stuff. Not clear of cars, though. MoDOT camera 32nd range line looking good though as well. And of course, traffic, they're stopped because the light's red. That's the right thing to do, but they are still moving. It's moving smoothly, looking pretty good as we get this day started. Take a look at these temperatures. 28 in Joplin as well as Pittsburgh. It is cold out there, and across the region it's cold, but it's warmer than what it was yesterday at this time. We've got the majority of us into the mid to upper 20s. Do have some 30s out there. Chatopa, Cassville both at 30, Newata as well, and Bentonville, the warm spot, sitting at 32. Now I know that's still cold, but Neodesha, was one of the coldest spots we had yesterday, dropped down to 15. So a good number of us are anywhere from 5, 10, 11 degrees warmer now than where we were 24 hours ago. So I know it's not really warm outside, but it is certainly warmer than where it was. But it won't last very long. It's going to get cold. Cold front by noon. Here it is, pushing into southeastern Kansas. It will have south winds ahead of it, 5 to 10. North winds behind it, initially 5 to 10. And as I've mentioned yesterday, could get a sprinkle or two ahead of it or a flurry or two behind it, but nothing significant expected either way. Now, as that front pushes through, it gives us mostly cloudy to straight up cloudy skies in cases. And late this evening and overnight, those winds really ramp up. That's going to put our wind chills tonight anywhere in a range from about 5 to 15 degrees above zero, but still bitterly cold tonight into tomorrow morning. For today, though, mid-30s by 9, low 40s by noon. Our highs upper 40s, maybe even a couple of low 50s down south. South winds 5 to 10 ahead of the front, north winds 5 to 10 behind it before they ramp up tonight. This starts a very fun roller coaster ride of temperatures over the next several days. We'll break down the details on that for you here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. A fatal crash near Humboldt, Kansas claims the life of a Chanute woman. According to the local authorities, the two-car collision happened just after 5:30 p.m. December 1st on U.S. Highway 169. 58-year-old Jerry Francis died from her injuries at the scene. An EMT took the other driver, a 19-year-old Iowa man, to a nearby hospital with possible serious injuries. An investigation is ongoing with the Kansas Highway Patrol. However, the sheriff's office believes the crash happened due to slick roads. Fire crews battled an early morning house fire in Fredonia, Kansas yesterday. When authorities arrived around 4 a.m., they found the roof of the building had already collapsed. And the fire engulfed a two-story vacant Joplin residence with signs of homeless activity yesterday. Just before 6 a.m., reports of smoke and flames alerted emergency services of a fire near Kolaw Fitness on East 7th Street. No one was found inside the structure and no firefighters were injured fighting the fire. Fire officials every year make notice of vacant structure fires and advise that if you see something, say something. Leggett & Platt confirms an unsolicited offer that would result in an all-stock merger. According to a release, Somni Group, which makes mattresses for brands like CLE and Tempur-Pedic, made the offer to the company. Somni Group proposed the all-stock transaction. If the deal goes through, current Leggett & Platt shareholders would receive shares of Somni Group stock. Leggett & Platt, which is based in Carthage, says the board will review the offer. The Small Business Administration is reminding area businesses and nonprofits that they may be eligible for disaster loans. This follows storms that hit several counties in southwest Missouri and southeast Kansas in late March and early April this year. That includes damage from the Nevada tornado. Physical applications for this loan are due by December 22nd, and the Nevada wants to remind residents their office will be going virtual after today, and there are other options for applying, including online. For nearly 40 years, KOM and its partners have teamed up for the Toy Box Toy Drive. For everyone involved, year after year, the Toy Drive is a true labor of love, and your donations make it possible. As KOM's Ty Park shows us, the shopping spree to get those toys is a pretty joyful event as well.
The joy that I know that we bring to our community that's less fortunate and not able to provide it for themselves.
It's a magic time of year.
I am thinking about keeping my kids in mind, all the new hot toys, and something that maybe they wouldn't be able to get unless it was for the toy box.
I like you when you dance to my song. I like the way you try to.
Kind of went with more of keeping them active, getting them outside, less electronics.
Hey, your cart's not full till the bottom's full.
Perfect time to shine with the mistletoe and wine.
There's quite a few things in there that's going to bring some smiles to the kids. Hopefully we'll get them in line to realize that they want to go with trades in the future. That's kind of where I went. Don't hesitate. It feels good to give, and when you give and people receive, it just makes their whole day.
It's Christmas time for everyone.
KOM
Yes.
Our partners at Equity Bank can help make that shopping spree possible. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Catherine Pinto is here for Wildcat Wednesday, ready to talk to us about setting smart goals for the new year. Well, welcome back. We have Catherine Pinto from K-State Research and Extension Office here for Wildcat Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, as the year is kind of wrapping up, we're kind of also looking towards next year.
Right.
And, a lot of people are looking at doing resolutions and setting some new goals. So, do you have some tips and tricks on how to do that?
Yes. So usually we don't talk about, New Year's resolutions yet. We're in full holiday mode.
Yes.
But it is time to kind of start thinking about what you want that new year to look like for you. And so I like an acronym. We use the SMART goal system. And so each letter kind of reminds us what we should do when setting those goals up for success. And so we have S is specific. And that's just, you could say, I want to be healthier this year. Well, what does that really mean? Are you going to drink more water, eat more fruits and vegetables? And then we want to make sure it's something that can be measured. So if you say, I want to walk more, how much more do you want to walk? And then I have to remember how to spell SMART. It's attainable. And so meeting yourself where you're at.
Yeah.
Setting those smaller goals, make sure that we can build that confidence with ourselves as we reach towards a larger one. And then they're realistic. So if you want to say lose weight, 15 pounds in 1 week is not healthy or realistic. And so what can we do? Maybe 1 pound a week is more realistic. And then they're time bound. And so that means if we set a date and a time that we want to reach that goal by, we're going to have something to strive towards.
Well, that sounds great. I know, when the new year comes and everybody sets these goals and these resolutions, and sometimes they're really hard to meet, or
Right.
you realize that maybe the thing you set up was not that attainable or
Right.
achievable, and then you give up and you're like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
So,
Yeah, so the thing is we set these really big lofty goals, which are awesome, but if it's something you've never done before, we need to take a step back and do a little bit smaller goals, and that over time is going to help you reach that larger goal.
okay. So is the hope that if, people at home use this SMART method, use kind of that SMART acronym, that they're going to maybe be able to be a little bit more successful with this?
Yeah, so the theory is that you're going to set a SMART goal that has all those things that are attributed. So they're specific, they're measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And with all that more detail versus a more broad goal, it's going to help you kind of narrow in what we need to do to actually be successful in reaching it.
Well, thank you so much, Catherine. These sound like some great tips. And, it's never too early to start some of these goals.
Right.
I know sometimes I'll put stuff off to January and then I'm like, oh, I was going to start doing that. But
And it's November and you're like, oh, my goal this year was to be healthy. What have I done this year to do that? So
yeah. But now that you know this acronym, maybe you can start kind of planning it out now, being like, okay, let me get these
Make
bullet
a
points
vision
ready.
board.
Yes.
Yes.
Get it under wraps.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Catherine.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 7:18 now on this Wednesday morning. We're going to start with the future track because we got some changes on the way. Like we haven't had enough changes. We got more. So we're starting this up and down ride. Roller coaster is the best way to describe it. If you have a cooler way to describe it, let me know because that's the best I can come up with. Today, we're a little warmer than yesterday. We're going to go into the upper 40s. By noon, cold front right here. Ahead of it, south winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. North winds behind it initially at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then they're going to start to ramp up late this evening and overnight tonight. Now, ahead of the front as well, an isolated sprinkle or two is possible. And as we get behind the front, an isolated flurry or two is possible. Right now, it looks really to be a pretty dry front, not expecting much in the way of precipitation. So that's at least good news. We don't have to worry about anything crazy happening, but it is going to get cold. By about 5, that front along and south of I-44. So the further behind the front you are, because the temperatures will not initially plummet with this, but they will drop off late tonight into tomorrow, you'll be a little cooler. places, let's say like Fredonia, Chanute, Yates Center, Burlington, Eureka, Sedan, you'll be a little bit cooler, a little quicker than even some of your other close neighbors. Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Parsons, Coffeyville, they may still be a bit warmer around 5, 6 o'clock this evening than you'll be, because you will have been behind the front longer. Now, we'll all eventually get behind the front tonight. North winds for a bit will ramp up out there, gusting upwards of 25. So that gives us a range on wind chills from about 5 to 15 above zero. So the plus is literally that they're above zero. They're positive numbers. But the bad side is we're talking wind chills 5, 10, 15 degrees tonight and tomorrow. That's really cold. So if you have to be out late tonight, or if you're like the morning crew here and you're up very early, bundle up. Now, if you're doing anything outdoors tomorrow, you'll still want to bundle up. We'll have those partly cloudy skies. We'll have north winds out there, eventually becoming calm, but our temperatures will be much colder tomorrow across the region. But, as you know here in the 4 states, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. It's going to change again, because as we go overnight Thursday into Friday, say those wind arrows turn around, well, they're out of the south. Now, it's still, it's December. It's not like it's going to bring in 90-degree temperatures by any means, but it does bring in warmer weather as we head into our Friday and even into Saturday before the temperatures drop again. All right, so partly cloudy, even mostly cloudy. We're starting to see that now in some locations. 32 to start, about 40 by 11 o'clock this morning. We should be hitting highs into the upper 40s today, maybe a couple of low 50s. Those clouds will continue to increase across the region today into the evening. Now, again, this is what I was talking about. These are going to be averages, but Fredonia, Yates Center, Chanute, you may be a little cooler than this, but all of us eventually dropping to this, back into the upper teens, low 20s. And again, with those north winds gusting, bitterly cold tonight, so bundle up. Tomorrow, we're only going to make about the mid to upper 30s. So that's what I mean by it's going to be colder. But Friday, we're back to the upper 40s. Saturday, we're even looking at some low 50s. And we do have some rain chances Saturday and Sunday. Any rain we see should stay on the positive side of freezing, so we shouldn't see any wintry weather. But the temperatures dropping Saturday and Sunday night, we could get some slick spots from Saturday into Sunday, Sunday into Monday. But you see our roller coaster goes up, and then it drops back down on Sunday to about 40. And then take a look at next week. Yeah, that's not a mistake. That's factual right there. We're looking at going upper 50s, maybe even a couple of low 60s. So we're really going to start to warm up once we get through this next little cold spell. That is a check of your forecast. We'll be back with more right after this, including our very own local children's book author, Nana Claus. She's right there. She's going to talk about her book, Nana Claus and the Secret Santas, when we come back.
Well, welcome back. We have an extra special guest in the studio today. All the way from the North Pole, we have Nana Claus.
Yes, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. And you're here to talk about an extra special book that's kind of perfect for the season.
Well, this new book is Nana Claus and the Secret Santas. And we say it like that because they're secret. And what these Secret Santas do is they write really short little notes of appreciation for someone, and they put a common household object with it. So like maybe you would get a little birthday candle because you light the way for others, or a toothpick because you pick out the good qualities in people, or a stick of gum because you persevere, you stick to it when you're solving a problem. So there are lots and lots of little ideas for people, but this starts a kindness wave in the community, and everyone who gets a little note, they want to be a Secret Santa.
That's so fun.
And then in the community, we have some cool stuff getting ready to happen. So on the 13th of December, the Joplin History and Mineral Museum will host an open house, and Nana will be there. And that's fun. And right now, going on before that, we have the contests that are going on. So we have a gingerbread house contest, a little Lego ornament contest, and if you play golf, you definitely want to get in the golf ball decorating contest, because the winner gets a free round of golf.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, those events sound so fun to get kind of in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
And they know the book is a perfect way.
It is a wonderful book to give to someone that you care about.
And something, we were speaking about earlier was that it's really focused on less about, receiving, but more about giving and spreading kindness this time of year.
Right. And I just think everyone can use a good little affirmation of, I really think you do a good job because, or I really like being around you because. that whole kindness. Everyone needs it.
And I know this book was written by your friend Kelly Redden.
Kelly Redden is a close friend, and she has written this book and several others, but this is my favorite one because it's about me, Nana Claus, and the Secret Santas.
And so what's it like kind of seeing this book maybe inspire some kindness spreading around the community?
I would love to see that, and then they can actually email Nana and tell what they've done with it at nanaclaus@myyahoo.com. If they wanted to, they could let me know.
So fun. Well, if they're hoping to maybe, find their own copy of this, to maybe read about all this kindness spreading in the Secret Santas, and, Nana Claus's mission, where can they go?
So if they're local in Joplin, they can go to Bob's Always Buying Books, or the downtown is the Marketplace Boutique, or they can go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com.
Perfect. Then they'll search for Kelly Redden's Nana Claus and the Secret Santas.
Nana Claus and the Secret Santas by my friend Kelly Redden.
Well, thank you so much, Nana Claus, for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Samantha. It's been great to be here. Thanks for taking time for me.
And thank you for coming all the way from the North Pole.
Oh, no, and it's going to get cold here. It is not my fault.
But it's going to feel a little bit more like home, I'm sure.
It probably will.
Well, thanks so much, Nana Claus. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. We have an extra special guest in the studio today. All the way from the North Pole, we have Nana Claus.
Yes, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. And you're here to talk about an extra special book that's kind of perfect for the season.
Well, this new book is Nana Claus and the Secret Santas. And we say it like that because they're secret. And what these Secret Santas do is they write really short little notes of appreciation for someone, and they put a common household object with it. So like maybe you would get a little birthday candle because you light the way for others, or a toothpick because you pick out the good qualities in people, or a stick of gum because you persevere, you stick to it when you're solving a problem. So there are lots and lots of little ideas for people, but this starts a kindness wave in the community, and everyone who gets a little note, they want to be a Secret Santa.
That's so fun.
And then in the community, we have some cool stuff getting ready to happen. So on the 13th of December, the Joplin History and Mineral Museum will host an open house, and Nana will be there. And that's fun. And right now, going on before that, we have the contests that are going on. So we have a gingerbread house contest, a little Lego ornament contest, and if you play golf, you definitely want to get in the golf ball decorating contest because the winner gets a free round of golf.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, those events sound so fun to get kind of in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
And they know the book is a perfect way.
It is a wonderful book to give to someone that you care about.
And something, we were speaking about earlier was that it's really focused on less about, receiving, but more about giving and spreading kindness this time of year.
Right. And I just think everyone can use a good little affirmation of, I really think you do a good job because, or I really like being around you because. That whole kindness. Everyone needs it.
And I know this book was written by your friend Kelly Redden.
Kelly Redden is a close friend, and she has written this book and several others, but this is my favorite one because it's about me, Nana Claus, and the Secret Santas.
And so what's it like kind of seeing this book maybe inspire some kindness spreading around the community?
I would love to see that, and then they can actually email Nana and tell what they've done with it at nanaclaus@myyahoo.com. If they wanted to, they could let me know.
So fun. Well, if they're hoping to maybe, find their own copy of this, to maybe read about all this kindness spreading in the Secret Santas, and, Nana Claus's mission, where can they go?
So if they're local in Joplin, they can go to Bob's Always Buying Books, or the downtown is the Marketplace Boutique, or they can go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com.
Perfect. Then they'll search for Kelly Redden's Santa Claus and the Secret Santa.
Santa Claus and the Secret Santas by my friend Kelly Redden.
Well, thank you so much, Santa Claus, for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Samantha. It's been great to be here. Thanks for taking time for me.
And thank you for coming all the way from the North Pole.
Oh, no, and it's going to get cold here. It is not my fault.
But it's going to feel a little bit more like home, I'm sure.
It probably will.
Well, thanks so much, Santa Claus. We'll be right back.
Quapaw Casino's Hot Seat Cash giveaways are paying cash every single day. Join us Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 1 to 5 p.m. with cash drawings every 15 minutes. And don't miss Forever Young, Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for cash drawings every 10 minutes. Play today, win today with Quapaw Casino's Hot Seat Cash giveaways every single day at Quapaw Casino, where there's always plenty of cash to win. Quapaw Casino, Miami, Oklahoma.
Meet Jan. She's enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with friends and family. She's also managing her type 2 diabetes by taking Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell. You see, once daily Jardiance can help lower your A1C. Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So ask your doctor about Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Hey, this is Abraham of Sircoxie Ford in Sircoxie, Missouri. The year-end sales event is on, and we want to help you get your holiday shopping and savings started early this holiday season. Right now, we are offering 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days on many Ford makes and models. You heard that right. Buy now and make no payments until next year. It's a year-end sales event going on now, so come see us and become part of the Sircoxie Ford family.
Hi, it's Ron, the Chief Carpetologist at Tyler's Carpet in Neosho. We are your complete floor covering store. Let us help you diagnose your flooring health. And remember, keep the chief in mind, carpetologist that is.
That's the carpet you've been looking for, your complete floor covering store.
In trivia, it's not just what you know, but where it goes. I'm gonna put that after.
Before.
Between. Now that's the perfect line.
Today at 4:30, right here on Fox 14.
The Downtown Pittsburgh Camera is sponsored by Pittsburgh State University and the City of Pittsburgh.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KLAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:31. I'm Samantha Walker. The president announces what he is calling a trust fund for every American child starting next 4th of July. These Invest America or Trump accounts are tax-deferred saving tools under a provision in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. They're available to all children under 18 with a Social Security number. Anyone, family or friends can contribute up to $5,000 a year. The government will also provide one-time seed contributions of $1,000 to babies born between January 1st of 2025 and 2028. A U.S. delegation is in Moscow yesterday to sit down with Russian President Vladimir Putin and try to iron out a deal to end the war in Ukraine. But as Fox's Rebecca Castor reports, the U.S. negotiators have a tough road ahead as Putin's army claims to have captured more Ukrainian territory.
Russian soldiers waving their flag proudly as they claim to capture the Ukrainian city of Pokrovsk just hours before Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to sit down with U.S. negotiators to discuss Washington's revised peace plan.
He's likely to reject it, and if that happens, we got to get prepared for what the day after the ultimate rejection is. I think what we need to do, significantly increase military pressure and significantly increase economic pressure.
Putin has red lines, such as acquiring sections of Ukrainian territory and keeping Kyiv out of NATO. But President Trump has put his faith in his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, who is leading negotiations today, alongside the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. the same team that negotiated the recent peace deal in Gaza.
It should make it clear that President Trump means business. The pressure will continue to increase on Vladimir Putin. He will have more to lose on the battlefield and in his economy than if he comes to the negotiating table now.
Over the weekend, U.S. officials met with the Ukrainians in Florida to revise Trump's 28-point peace plan, which critics say favored Russia. But Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky seems more satisfied with the revisions.
We need to be very careful here. I thank our negotiation teams. The plan looks better.
Officials haven't shared what parts of the peace plan were changed, but throughout all of these negotiations, President Putin has not been willing to compromise. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh, where the clouds have really thickened up. We've got these mostly cloudy skies here already, but we do have some brief clearing back behind some of these clouds, and it'll just be back to mostly cloudy skies. You can see the same from our camera at 7th and Range Line in Joplin. You can still see little peaks of blue sky here and there, so yeah, that's what makes it mostly cloudy. KDOT cameras 69 and 400. Again, it's looking along 171 back toward Missouri, and we're looking good there. Same from the MoDOT camera, 32nd and Range Line in Joplin. Roads are clear. Traffic is moving. Always a good thing, but it is a bit cold this morning. We're sitting at 28 in Joplin, 30 in Pittsburgh right now, and across the region, temperatures are cold, but warmer than yesterday. We're in the mid to upper 20s for most of us out there. Our warm spot still is Bentonville at 32 degrees, but in terms of the temperature difference from yesterday, we're anywhere from 5, 10, almost 15 degrees above average in some cases, or not above average, I apologize, warmer than where we were yesterday. So these are compared to yesterday's temperatures 24 hours ago at this same time. Girard, for example, 12 degrees warmer now than where you were 24 hours ago. So still cold, but better than yesterday. Cold front begins pushing in by about noon or so. We'll have south winds 5 to 10 ahead of it. North winds initially 5 to 10 behind it. Could get an isolated sprinkle or flurry ahead or behind of this front, but nothing significant expected. However, later this evening, winds will ramp up out of the north, and that'll put our wind chills tonight anywhere from 5 to 15 above zero, so bitterly cold night for us. We're going to go mid-30s by 9, low 40s by noon, upper 40s, maybe even a couple of low 50s for our highs today, back to the low 40s by 6. And again, south winds ahead of the front, north winds behind it 5 to 10 before they start to ramp up later this evening. We'll talk about those gusty winds, our cold weather, when it warms up again, when it gets cold again, and about some rain on the way here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. After the consumer rush of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, yesterday, KLAM hosted the first of 3 Toy Box Tuesday telethons. An easy opportunity for you to call in and let us do the shopping for you. Thanks to your generosity, we raised more than $4,000 on our first day, helping to make Christmas a little brighter for area kids. Volunteers from Bishop and Hayes manned the phones. Joplin rolled out its annual Christmas parade yesterday. This year's theme, 100 Years, Then and Now. The parade featured nearly 100 entries, including themed floats and marching bands. Freeman Health System employees have organized the parade since 2014, and they say they enjoyed as much as the parade goers. Cherokee County behavioral and mental health professionals had the opportunity to learn more about the 988 Lifeline program. KLAM's Kenny Foreman tells us more about the various resources offered.
In 2022, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline was shortened to just 3 digits, 988. The change was designed to make it easier to access preventative resources.
988, it being just 3 digits, gives us an opportunity to be a lot more memorable for folks who might be really struggling. It also gives us an opportunity to make it easier to market this thing or get the word out.
Mental health issues have been noted by the Cherokee County Health Department, who believe taking care of one's mind is just as important as the body.
There is such a stigma associated with mental health, and so a lot of times we have to try to break that stigma, and that's an important part of that. And I think individuals need to know that every bit of their mental health, along with their physical health, is equally important, and not to be afraid to reach out and ask for help.
In addition to having the 988 number available to dial, the Lifeline also offers texting and video call services to expand the avenues for people to get the help that they need.
We help people select the modality that makes the most sense for them based off of their circumstance, their preference, or even just their comfort.
And the county wants people to know that they're here for the community as well.
The individuals that were here today that was within the mental health organizations are always willing to try to help individuals. No matter if they're a client of theirs or not, they will reach out to them and try to find whatever resources that they can. We all work together here in Cherokee County, and I think we do a great job with all of the different organizations.
In Cherokee County, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
In addition to the presentation for the behavioral and mental health professionals, presentations were also given to the county's law enforcement officers, dispatch, and EMS, as well as the general public. Well, coming up next, billionaires Michael and Suzanne Dell pledge more than $6 billion for children's investment accounts. In Consumer Watch, billionaires Michael and Susan Dell joined President Trump at the White House Tuesday as the couple pledged more than $6 billion as an incentive to families to adopt new investment accounts for children. The Invest America, or Trump accounts, are tax-deferred saving tools under a provision in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The Dells will deposit $250 into the accounts of millions of children under 10 years of age in zip codes where the median annual household income is up to $150,000. The couple hopes families claim the accounts and make investments in the stock market. Trump accounts are set to become available in 2026. There could be fewer truckers on the road in the coming months. Nearly 44% of America's truck driving schools in the U.S. may be forced to close after a review by the Transportation Department found they may not be complying with government requirements. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
If you are here driving on our streets illegally and our highways, you are endangering our citizens and your days are numbered.
The Trump administration has been prioritizing highway safety since an illegal immigrant with a trucking license caused a crash in Florida, killing 3 people. And now the crackdown is intensifying. The Transportation Department plans to revoke the certification of almost 3,000 truck driving schools, with another 4,000 also in danger. The feds say those schools aren't complying with training requirements, and that's making the roads less safe.
Every single time one of these individuals gets behind the truck, on the wheel of a truck, they are in front of a deadly weapon that can kill other Americans as well.
But the decertifications mean almost 44% of America's truck driving schools would effectively be out of business. And it comes as Homeland Security has started auditing trucking firms in California owned by immigrants, looking for any unauthorized or illegal drivers, raising fears that the current shortage of truckers is about to get worse.
I would say there's a shortage of people willing to do this job.
And some safety experts say that will lead to a different kind of danger on the roads.
Drivers are being overworked right now because of the shortage. So you have to be aware that they could be tired. God forbid they're on their phone or texting.
The Transportation Department says the schools have 30 days to meet federal requirements or they'll be decertified. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 7:45 now on this Wednesday morning. We're going to start with our future tracks. We've got some changes on the way yet again here in the 4 states. By noon, we've got this cold front starting to push into parts of southeastern Kansas. Now, ahead of the front, south winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Behind it, initially, winds will be north at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, ahead of the front as well, we could get an isolated sprinkle or two. Behind it, an isolated flurry or two, but nothing significant, nothing widespread. The majority of us may not see anything. In fact, all of us may not see anything at all, as the front itself is expected to be fairly dry in nature, but sprinkle or two or a flurry or two on either side, not out of the question. Now, as we go later into the evening, those of you, of course, over this broad area that are a little further behind it will start to cool down a little faster than the other folks do. This is not a plummet of temperatures initially, but they will begin to drop as we head through the evening and overnight, and then they'll really drop off tonight. Now, overnight, let's say after about 9 o'clock or so this evening, maybe even as early as 8, those north winds start ramping up. And from late evening into the overnight hours, they'll start gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. And with that, that's going to put our wind chills late tonight into early tomorrow morning, anywhere from 5 to 15 above zero. So they're at least above zero, but I mean, a 5 to 15 degree wind chill is bitterly cold. So if you have to work late tonight, or again, if you're like our morning crew, you got to be up very early, or if you're just heading to school or work early in the morning, bundle up. And really, sending the kids out tomorrow to school, or if you're going to work, take the coat with you. It's going to be cold throughout the day. Now, winds will actually become calm once we get closer to and beyond sunrise. We'll have some partly cloudy skies, maybe even occasionally some mostly cloudy skies, but winds will be calm Thursday. So even though it's going to be much colder, at least we don't have to worry about crazy wind chills throughout the rest of the day. Now, overnight Thursday, though, into Friday, winds will begin to shift out of the south. We'll turn around and warm right back up again on the other side of all of this as we head into Friday and Saturday. There's those clouds. Some of us already mostly cloudy, some of us partly cloudy. We'll all eventually get mostly cloudy. We're about 32 to start, near 40 by 11 o'clock this morning. Our highs ahead of this thing, upper 40s, maybe even a couple of low 50s down south. And again, the winds will shift on us behind the front out of the north, and ahead of it, they'll be out of the south. Now, this is what I was talking about. Those of you, again, we've mentioned, Fredonia, Chanute, Yates Center, Burlington, Eureka, Sedan. Those are some good examples of communities that you may be a little colder than this, ahead of everyone else, simply because you will have been behind the front longer than everyone else. But these are about average for everyone else across the area with these temperature drops. And eventually, we all get back into the upper teens, low 20s. And again, those north winds gusting to 25. We're cold tomorrow, upper 30s. Then we warm back up, upper 40s Friday, even some low 50s Saturday. Rain chances Saturday and Sunday. Now, yeah, Sunday, it gets cold, but any rain we see is expected to be while we're above freezing. So wintry weather, at least right now, not a big concern. But things could freeze, leading to slick spots Saturday night into Sunday and Sunday night into Monday. But then take a look at Monday. Our little roller coaster ride continues. We go down, we go up, we go down, and then we start going back up again. In fact, next week could even see some upper 50s and low 60s. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
While it can be stressful to shop for everyone on your list this holiday season, some retail experts predict there could be fewer presents under your trees this year.
Fox News' Kevin Uretsky takes a closer look at what it could all mean, plus what's shaping up to be some of the most sought-after items.
Holiday wish lists might be getting shorter this season, as retail experts predict tighter budgets will have many consumers focusing on quality over quantity.
You might see some families skip on the large numbers of stocking stuffers and then buy like one large individual gift for each of their children, like a tablet or a computer.
Thomas McMillan, director of the Center for Retailing Innovation at Texas A&M University, expects shoppers will invest more in memorable experiences.
Concert tickets or a weekend getaway to a favorite city or even something like cooking classes. All of these are experience gifts because people are craving shared moments with the people that they love.
McMillan also believes self-care items will be flying off the shelves.
So think massagers and facial care.
Some big ticket items for the home and kitchen are also proving popular this year.
High quality cookware, espresso machines, even home improvement tools like drills and things like this. People want things that they can use.
And while technology like smartwatches and headphones are seeing hype, so are some old school classics.
Timeless, durable goods are making a comeback. So think leather goods, watches, minimalist jewelry.
But as malls and online retailers keep seeing holiday traffic,
this year's holiday momentum is going to be powered by the higher income consumers. They're going to be the ones who are keeping the registers running, while the lower income consumers are going to be a little bit more cautious.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
So what do you have on your Christmas list this year, Chris?
I really don't have much. I mean, the older I've gotten, there are things I want, but then I feel selfish for wanting them because I'm like, I've got kids. They need more things and want more things than I could ever want. But
yeah.
What about you? Got anything is it like one thing that you really want?
There's one thing, and it's so dumb. I also already know I'm getting it, so I'm very excited. But it's so dumb, you're going to laugh at me. It's a little pet stroller, so I can take my
I can't
cats
say
on
anything
walks.
because we have our dog Maple at home, and she's got outfits and costumes and all sorts of stuff.
But they don't do good on harness.
No, they don't. Cats don't do that.
Let me get
well.
a pet stroller.
Yeah, you have to kind of force them out there, right?
Yes.
Oh my. Well, we're going to take a quick glance at the future track. Again, a reminder, we have that cold front pushing through. Could get a sprinkle or flurry ahead of or behind this front. Gusty winds tonight, putting our wind chills from 5 to 15 above zero. We're only into the upper 30s tomorrow, and then by Friday, we do start to warm back up. Starting in the low 30s this morning, near 40 by 11. Another look at your forecast, wake up recap after this.
This is your Wake Up Recap for December 3rd, your top stories to start your day. Fire crews battled an early morning house fire in Fredonia, Kansas yesterday. When authorities arrived around 4 a.m., they found the roof of the building had already collapsed. The occupants all escaped safely. Once the crews stopped the interior blaze, they began protecting the surrounding homes. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And for the rest of today, again, eventually going into the upper 40s out there. Clouds increasing. Some of us, they've already increased. Cold front comes through. Ahead of it, south winds 5 to 10. Behind it, north winds 5 to 10. Again, our friends Fredonia, Yates Center, Chanute, as that cold front pushes through earlier, these temperatures this evening may be a little bit lower for you before they get low for everyone else. Back into the upper teens and 20s for everyone tonight. North winds gusting to 25. And that's going to put our wind chills from 5 to 15 above tonight into early tomorrow morning, so bundle up. And bundle up tomorrow. Cold, upper 30s, upper 40s Friday, warm on Saturday, rain possible this weekend.
Certainly feeling, more seasonal.
Certainly so.
And the capital kicks off the Christmas holiday with the annual Christmas tree lighting. The ceremony led by House Speaker Mike Johnson and the Nevada congressional delegation.
Now, this year's tree is a 53-foot red fir from the Humboldt-Toyabe National Forest in Nevada. It's the first time a capital Christmas tree has come from that state. Nevada's not a place to necessarily associate with Christmas trees, so that's
More
pretty
so
cool.
deserts.
Yeah, that and casinos. Now, if they brought in like a giant casino-style neon Christmas tree, I'd believe that more. That would be kind of neat. But beautiful Christmas tree out there. Hopefully your tree is beautiful as well. And if it's not, I'm sure it is anyway. That's going to do it for now, though. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.